Free Will. Does it exist or doesn't it? By Gregory Brandt. I had a rough childhood growing up. I was alone and I didn't have a family that loved me. It's something that I would not wish on even my worst enemy. But at the same time, however, I wouldn't trade my childhood for any other childhood either, because it shaped the person who I am today. As the great Tupac Shakur once said about his own rough childhood, it was my childhood. I was listening to a lecture by one of the smartest people in the world, Sabine Hassenfelder, and she was explaining how we don't actually have free will. Her argument is the brain and our thoughts are made of particles, just like the rest of the universe. And all the matter, energy, including particles, that have ever or will ever exist was created at the instant of the Big Bang. Also, at the moment of the Big Bang, every move the universe was ever going to make through all eternity was determined at that time. The reason we feel like we have free will is because we're unable to predict what we're going to do. But the universe knows exactly what we're going to do. It's already determined it at the Big Bang. Now, all laws of nature in the entire universe work with differential equations. These laws of nature state that if you have an initial condition at one moment in time, for example, all the particles in your brain and all your brain's inputs, then you can calculate what happens at another moment in time using those initial conditions. This means the whole state of the universe in every single detail was determined already the moment of the Big Bang. We're just spectators watching things play out. Some people call this the theory of materialism or reductionism, but according to Sabine, calling this just a theory is denying scientific evidence. We know our brains are made of particles and we can derive from the laws for that constitutes what the whole object does. We are taught that the future is determined by the present, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not actually the case. Just because we cannot predict the future does not mean that it already hasn't been written. It's a fact that the human brain is chaotic and it's the most complicated structure in the known universe, but it is still made of particles and it's still deterministic. Chaos makes predictions of the future difficult, but it still follows the laws of nature. The notion that we can determine our own future is incompatible with these laws of nature. Any philosopher who understands physics will agree with me. I don't know, what do you think? You could put your thoughts in the comment, but whether or not you leave a comment was already determined at the moment of the Big Bang, so why should I even ask? Personally, I'm on the fence about free will. I'm not sure if it does exist or if it doesn't. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a neuroscientist. Whereas Sabine Hassenfelder is known as one of the smartest people in the world, if not the smartest, I'm known as a guy who feeds cats in Hawaii. And that's even if you know who I am. Do you know who I am? I'm Gregory Brandt. I'm Mr.G. Have a great day.